Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Sunnah and Spice. This is where prophetic wisdom meets practical cooking here on Iman Radio. Now, I'm Alvina Ali, joined by the amazing Nicki Kainth, the Indian food diva. So today we're focusing on feeding our families with mercy, balance and barakah. Now, remember, Ramadan isn't just about fasting, it's about how we nurture our loved ones, children, elders, and everyone in between. Now, Nicki will share practical cooking tips, Sunnah inspired ideas, and easy recipes for the whole family. Now, this show is proudly sponsored by Indus, the world's finest foods, and listeners also have a chance to win a delicious Indus Ramadan hamper. So stay tuned. We will be revealing all. And also, you can call into the studio on 01902 972 150, or you can send us a WhatsApp message on 07440 432. So, without further ado, let's give a big shout out to our lovely assistant today, known as Indian food diva, Nicki Kainth. How are you?
Hi, Alvina. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Right. Nicki, shall we continue then by talking about children and fasting then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, before we bring Nicki in, now remember, during the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him, children were introduced to fasting gradually. They were encouraged gently, but never forced. Now, Nicki, you've got a bit of insight into this, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, it's important to make fasting a positive experience for children. You can offer them smaller portions, nourishing foods like dates, milk, fruit, and whole grains. Encourage them to join family iftar or take part in a few hours of fasting. Reward participation and praise them, and just make it feel like fun, but never force them to do anything they don't want to. It's important to make it all fun around all the food.
Mm. Have you got any tips then? What sort of fun activities can they do?
When you're cooking, involve them in your cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Encourage them to come into the kitchen. It's not only good for them to know what they're eating, but it's a good lifestyle. It's a good education for them. Say if you're making a pizza, get some olives, use them as eyes, nose, get some tomatoes, put them on as a face, and get some little cheese. The cheese you can put around as hair, and it just makes it all fun, nice. You can use broccoli as well, cut them up into tiny little pieces, and encourage them to decorate their own food. Be involved. It'll just make them happier, and if they've made it themselves, they will actually eat it as well. If you get fussy eaters.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great tip, actually, Nicki. So, yeah, something to encourage families to do with their children and bring them into cooking early on. So, how is it best to balance children's nutrition then during Ramadan?
Well, you can offer them a mix of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats at Sehri and Iftar. For example, eggs are very good in omega-3. You got your milk, whole grains, fruits, and nuts. And it's just a healthy. Encourage them to put their own food out. Say if they're having cereal in the morning, encourage them to put some nuts on their cereal, fruit on their cereal. And if you encourage them, they're more likely to do. If they did it themselves, they're more likely to eat it as well. Include hydrating foods like yogurt, cucumber, watermelon, which is coming into season now, and soups to prevent dehydration. Try to avoid heavy fried foods, especially after iftar, and instead focus on nourishing, easy to digest meals. Encourage more frequent meals if a child is fasting part of the day, rather than the large portions all at once. And like we spoke about before, use colourful plates, varied textures to make meals visually appealing and more likely to be eaten. Like I said, again, encourage them to be part of the celebration by including them in the cooking. Encourage them to even dice up an apple or peel a tangerine, add it to the food, to the yogurts. It's just a lot of fun. That's what I did when, my children were younger. We used to encourage them to do it themselves because they were such fussy eaters, that when we did encourage them to be part of the cooking process, they ate it better.
Brilliant. Okay, let's step back a bit. And I know you talked about getting children involved in cooking and stuff. And I like the concept of making fasts fun and engaging. You talked about decorating plates. Can you expand a bit more on that for me?
Yeah, I mean, turn the meals into creative activity. Let children decorate plates with colourful vegetables or fruit.
Yeah.
Use pomegranates, use blueberries. I mean, the pomegranates are great on salads. And even if they're helping you cut the salad, obviously not with a sharp knife, you will be in control of that. But ask them to, decorate the salad plate, make it into a nice leaf, a nice maybe a shape of a face, shape of an animal, anything that the child likes to do. Offer them mini portions or build your own, like a mini wraps and sandwiches that children can assemble themselves. Even after Ramadan as well, encourage them to make their own school sandwiches so they know what's in there and they'll look forward to it, and they can tell their friends that they've actually made it themselves. Introduce playful presentations like cutting sandwiches into fun shapes, or arranging foods in patterns like we've discussed. You can get these little biscuit cutters from anywhere, from B&M, Home Bargains, anywhere, Dunelm. They come in lots of different shapes. Take your children with you, ask them what they like, cut their sandwiches. They can do it themselves, from wraps to sandwiches. And they'll enjoy it. They'll enjoy it more, and they're more likely to eat it as well. Also, encourage children to track their fasting days with stickers or charts as a positive reinforcement. It's just like a sticker chart that they'll see on the wall, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, we've done really well today. We want to carry on with this tomorrow." And the more stickers they get, and you can reward them with, whatever foods they like. Encourage them to make it themselves. So, and everything in moderation. There's nothing wrong with giving them a treat. Obviously, like we spoke about last week, everything in moderation.
Excellent. I like the idea of rewarding the kids and keeping a chart. It reminds me a bit like school, like the best kid in the class and so forth. Excellent. That's great. So obviously there are spiritual rewards to fasting in simple terms, as Nicki has expanded on. And it's so that they understand the purpose and that they feel motivated throughout the month of Ramadan as well. Now, Nicki, what about adjusting portions based on age? Is that quite important, and is that crucial?
It is, yes. I mean, younger children, which are between 4 and 7, small portions of each food group, focus on high energy foods like oats, fruits, milk and soft proteins, because as we all know, children at that age, they're running around, they're more likely to get hungry a lot quicker. I don't know, like when I was younger, they'll be playing outside, and every few minutes, I need a snack, I'm hungry, I need a drink. But if you offer them the healthy options, it's better for them. So older children, maybe ages of 8 to 12, medium portions include, again, protein, complex carbs, vegetables. Allow some flexibility for favourite foods. Ask them what they like. Encourage them to cook it with you, and they're more likely to eat it as well, even like the vegetables and so forth. Teenagers, which are maybe 13 and over, closer to maybe adult portions, but still encourage moderation. Meals should fuel growth and energy without overeating. Maybe serve portion control plates for each age group rather than leaving children self-serve from large dishes, which helps prevent overeating. And observe appetite cues. Don't force children to finish their plate if they feel full. I mean, a lot of children are told that they're not going to get their pudding or the dessert. But if they're full, that's fine. As long as you know they've eaten enough. And just say to them, that's fine. If you're full, that's good.
Yeah. I think the most important thing here is about food waste as well. Like they say, sometimes our eyes are bigger than the plate, and we tend to overfill our plates when it comes to iftar for opening the fast. So please be wary of that. Only put in small portions that you know that you will eat, and not leave anything on the plate, because we are very conscious of food waste as well. Okay, I have got a text message here. It says, how can I help my child fast without getting cranky?
You can actually start with half days or skipping lunch, maybe some favourite healthy foods, and praise them for their effort. Again, there's nothing wrong with a sticker chart. It works with all age groups. Maybe the reward could be a little bit different for the older age group, and maybe they need something that they, after Ramadan, you can actually offer them as a present.
Maybe money as a reward?
Maybe money, yeah. Everybody's happy with
With
money.
money.
We can't buy our goodies without
Yeah.
money. So I think praise goes a long way.
What would you say if there's a child who refuses to fast?
Oh, that's absolutely fine. Gradual introduction is key. Focus on learning and encouragement, not pressure. Teach them the reasons why we're fasting, the reasons, the benefits of it, and just keep encouraging them, and they'll get there.
So obviously there is a limit as to who can fast and at what age as well. Now what we usually find is we have 4 or 5-year-olds who do little mini fasts as well, so they could do an hour, 2 hours, and it's a great way to introduce a child to fast as well. So Nicki, are there any quick sehri ideas for children then?
Yeah, overnight oats. We discussed this last week. It's a great nutritious meal. You can actually add in raisins for sweetness. You can add in almonds and any other nuts for protein. Yogurt parfaits with fruit. So you can either mash up all the fruit, like summer's coming now, so all the gorgeous fruits are coming out, like all the berries. So you've got your strawberries, your raspberries. You can mush them down and actually put them in the yogurt, or put them on top or underneath. Kids love anything that's colourful, and it'll encourage them as well. Tell them how it'll benefit them, and it's all our fruits, all our vegetables here are put by God, and so it's all beneficial. Just to encourage them. Offer them whole grain toast with a nut butter. Nut butter's a great protein.
Yeah.
Try and find the one that's just got 1 or 2 ingredients. And it's just great protein for them. You can actually add the nut butter to like peanut butter to overnight oats as well. It gives you a lovely caramelly taste as well. So yeah, so teaching children to fast gently teaches patience, gratitude, and balance, and that values that last a lifetime.
Excellent. I know, Nicki, on TikTok, I've actually seen where the TikTokers are going out buying jars, labeling them up from Monday to Sunday, and they put oats, yogurt, and stuff. Would you recommend that?
Yeah, it's like the overnight oats.
Yes.
So I will encourage you to do it for 3 days, not more than that.
Okay.
Soak your oats. Put in, if you want to do it for 3 days, then Put if you think you might get fed up of eating the same thing,
Yeah.
then maybe put in different nuts. There's nothing wrong, like we spoke about moderation. Put in your favorite jam. Put in your raisins, cranberries, even like all the fresh berries that are coming out now as well. And with soaking the oats overnight in milk, or water, it's your preference. Milk for children is important. Then it gives it a lovely creamy texture in the morning. It's actually delicious. I've done it many times. I still do it.
Yeah.
And it is really good. So yeah, do especially if you're at work or rushing to school. It's just there for you for either have it cold or warm it up. It's entirely up to you. It just saves time as well.
Yeah. Nikki, just coming to mind as well. So, like in supermarkets, you have like the yogurts with the fruit on the side that you can mix. Would you say they're healthy yogurt sort of?
Yeah, they're healthy. Obviously, these yogurts are prone to have sugar and fats and so forth. I mean, you can make your own yogurt. It's quite fairly easy. You just need whole milk, bring it to the boil, and then once it's cool, put a spoonful of your favorite whole milk yogurt.
Yeah.
And stir it. And I actually use an ice bucket because it's insulated.
Oh, right.
And I put it in the ice bucket and I leave it either for about 4 or 5 hours or overnight. I just wrap it up in a towel and it's done. It's so simple. And it's got no extra sugars in it, no extra fats. And as far as the fruit is concerned, I mean, those pots are good, but they will have maybe preservatives in it. So it's like we said, with summer coming and all the delicious fruits, you can mash your own up or puree them and put them in yourself, which is a better and a nicer option.
I remember those times when my mum used to make yogurt at home as well.
Yeah.
And wrap it all around with cloths and things just to keep it insulated. But now, obviously, with modern equipment and cutlery and stuff, like you talked about, the insulated ice bucket.
Yeah,
that's
insulated ice bucket is absolutely brilliant. They're quite inexpensive and it's all insulated. My father-in-law used to actually make it in a thermos.
Oh, okay.
So that's insulated.
Wow.
But it was my mum's idea actually to make it an ice bucket.
That's a good tip there. Well done to Mum. Okay. Shall we introduce the competition then?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, as you know, it's time for our Indus Foods Ramadan Hamper competition, and Nicki is going to be dropping the question. And remember, you can send your answers by ringing in live today on 01902 972 150, or you can drop a WhatsApp message on 07440 420 432. And remember, just put Sunnah and Spice and then your answer when you're WhatsApping the message. So, Nicki, what's today's... Oh, shall we talk about the hamper before we drop the question?
Oh, yes. The hamper is absolutely amazing. It's got so much lovely stuff in there. It's got 3 different types of dates. We've got medjool dates, mixed dates, and ajwa dates. We've also got cumin seeds. We've got coriander seeds, black peppers. We've got different types of chilies, ground, crushed. We've got some lentils in there. We've got chickpeas. It's an amazing hamper. I mean, if I was to receive this, I'd be quite elated. It's amazing, honestly. It looks amazing as well. It's all packaged beautifully with a nice ribbon on it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Nicki has described the hamper to you, which you can win by simply entering the competition question. And Nicki's going to remind you what the question is.
Right. One Islamic principle related to eating. That's the question, actually.
Yes.
What is one Islamic principle related to eating? So just send your answers to 01902 972 150, or you can WhatsApp us on 07440 good luck to all our listeners. You could actually win this delicious Indus Food Ramadan hamper, and make sure you put your name on as well.
Thank you for that. And Nikki, for reminding everybody about the competition question. We will remind you about the competition question in the second half of the final segment as well. Now, Nikki, you go to a lot of food and drink events, don't you?
I do.
So what do you pick up from there, being the Indian food diva?
I've actually seen a lot of companies making their own sauces. There's a lot out there: drink sauces, ketchups and condiments, and so forth. But although they're wonderful and they're great as a quick meal or a snack, they are full of sugars and fats. I do actually read the ingredients. I look at all these companies. So what I would encourage you to do is to make your own. They're so simple. It's just like say you're making a curry, and you put your onions, your garlic, your ginger, and so forth. So just for example, if I'm making a bolognese, I will fry my onions with my garlic, no ginger. So I fry them, and then if I think I've got too much oil or fat in there, I do actually drain it out, because I'm feeding my family. I want all of us to be healthy. And then I put in my passata, the meat, whatever meat you're using. It's mince for bolognese. And then all you do is put some herbs in there. You can actually put fresh herbs if you want to, but I just buy the Italian mixed herbs. Put that in it, put your salt to taste, and put some balsamic vinegar in there, and it's absolutely delicious, and it will beat any jar food that you ever buy. And if you feel it's too like acidic for you, just put in half a teaspoon of sugar. Not much. And when that's divided between like 4, 5, 6 people, it's hardly anything. So.
Just got a text message dropped here, and we have already spoken about this, and it's from Ali, and the message is: avoid waste and do not overeat. Shall we just reiterate what we've been saying about avoiding food waste and not overeating?
Yeah. So once you're full, you're full. So I would actually say to you, don't force yourself, especially the evening meal. You don't want an upset tummy. You don't want to feel bloated. You don't want to feel as if you've got you don't want to eat anymore. Always, I'm not saying have pudding or anything, but always say I've got to save enough room for pudding. So you've always got that space, even though you don't have the dessert or the pudding. Just don't overfill yourself, and that's one of the things that you should try and encourage yourself to look after yourself.
Okay. Okay. So they've expanded on what that was. Okay, we did speak about that. So we've got about 33 seconds remaining, and we will come back onto the competition hamper, and we will repeat the question again for the listeners to take part, and we will reveal the winner in next week's show. So you've got at least a week of getting back in touch with us, because obviously we are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and if anyone wants to partake after the show, they can do. Got 9 seconds remaining, so I'm going to be signing off in the first half of the show, and we shall see you right back after the adverts. Welcome back to Sunnah and Spice. You are tuned into Iman 1, 24/7 on DAB and also worldwide as well through our streaming QR code as well. Right, now we are going to be talking about family meals with Baraka now. So, Nikki, how do we create family meals that are healthy, simple, and suitable for all ages then?
Right. Well, we spoke about soups last week. Soups are very nutritious. They keep us fuller for longer. I would encourage you to, like we spoke about frying your onions and your garlic, put in all your vegetables, your meat, bring it to the boil. If you want to thicken it and you don't want it too runny, you can actually mash some potato or some chickpeas, blend it and put it in. But once you've blended all your soup up, it will actually be quite thick. You can actually put a little bit of maybe a bit of butter or a little bit of cream, especially if you're making a tomato soup. It'll just get rid of the acidic taste if that's not what you like. It's great. Stews the same. Fry your garlic, your onions, add your meats. If you're cooking with lamb or beef, then obviously it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
Cook them until they're almost done. Put all your vegetables in. I would encourage you to put your potatoes in last, so they don't mash up. If you're using potatoes, put your herbs in. You can buy dried herbs from any supermarket. And put your salt to taste. You can actually make your own stock. If you're not using stock cubes, you can put your stock cubes in, but you can make your own stock by getting all your bones and so forth from your butchers. They'll probably just give them to you free. They're quite inexpensive, and boil them up. Put them in some food bags or containers. Put them in the freezer for 3 months. And it's absolutely delicious. We spoke about wraps. Cut all your salads, all your vegetables, all your meats. Encourage everybody to do their own so they know what's going in, especially children. And they're more likely to eat it if they know what's in it. So, like, one pot dishes are perfect. They're nourishing, versatile. They're easy to share. You can use a balance of protein, like we spoke about, your meats, your vegetables, grains, add whole wheat pasta. It does take longer to cook than a normal white pasta, so just be mindful of that. Like we spoke about, your herbs, your spices, all the natural flavours make the food tasty without being heavy or fried. Add your salt to taste at the end, because obviously you will get salt out of the meats and maybe some of the spices and the herbs, so you might not need as much you may think you do. But if you are using stock cubes, just be mindful, because they are actually laden with quite a lot of salt. So just be mindful.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Nikki, I'm sort of one of those people, and I'm sure there's families out there as well who find themselves cooking every day during Ramadan. So how can we save time then without compromising on variety?
Well, using common ingredients across multiple dishes is a great strategy. For example, cook a batch of chicken, rice, or roasted vegetables once and use them in soups, wraps, stews, or salads. You can actually, even if you're making like a dal, saag, chicken, whatever you're making, they'll be okay in the fridge for about 3 days. If you're thinking that, yes, I'm going to freeze these, try and freeze them on the day that you've cooked them once they've cooled down. Label them, put the date on, put what's on there, so you don't want to go into the freezer thinking, oh, what's in here, what's in here. So make sure you label everything as well with the dates on. The herbs and spices can be varied to create different flavours without the extra work. use it. It does reduce prep time, saves energy, and helps waste as well. So if you think you've got a fridge full of food that you've been cooking over the 3 days, you've got a bit of this and a bit of that. Put it in a stew, put it in a stir fry. It's delicious. I actually have, after about 3 days, a this and that day. And when I say if the kids say what's for dinner, I say it's a this and that day, and they actually love it. And I do actually put a treat in there, and I do some chips, or albeit they're from the air fryer. I boil up the potatoes. I cook them for about 3 or 4 minutes, drain them, dry them, spray a little bit of olive oil on them, and just put them in the air fryer for about 20 minutes. They're absolutely delicious, and they're very healthy as well. So there's quite a few things you can do. So.
Wow. Excellent. Nicki, the other thing was portion sizes. Obviously, that can vary a lot in families. So how can one make sure both children and adults get the right amount?
You just have to adjust the portions based on the age and the appetite. Sometimes we get older children, they don't have much of an appetite, and vice versa. Younger children need smaller, nutrient-dense servings. Older children and adults can have more balanced plates with protein, carbs and vegetables. You can use separate plates and bowls for children to say they aren't overwhelmed, and encourage everyone to listen to their hunger cues, stopping when full. I mean, when our kids were younger, I mean, even now, they always put their salad in a separate plate. They don't like to overwhelm themselves with lots on the plate. And salad can be quite boring for children. And so I just let them, I put a bowl of cheese there, which is really good in protein, calcium. Put that on the salad. If they want salad cream or mayonnaise, as long as they're eating the salad, then everything in moderation. So encourage them to have some condiments on the side as well. So it encourage you. So if you have a plate that's full, sometimes it puts people off. And that's why it's important sometimes, especially with fussy eaters, to put everything in bowls so they can help themselves. So that will encourage them to, you can say, would you like some more, if they're not eating anything else on their plate. So it's a good idea. Just vary it that way.
I mean, one of the things I'm finding, obviously, working, and then obviously the evenings can get very busy, especially with iftar. So how can families prepare meals ahead of time? I mean, the clock is ticking fast.
Well, I actually prep dishes in advance to make it easier, and sometimes I'm not there in the evenings, or and I think I've got to cook. I say if I'm making a shepherd's pie, for instance, I actually make two, because it saves time.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's double the work, but it's in the long run it saves time and energy as well. You can. I actually put one in the freezer, and I label it and put the date on it. And you can do that with all of your dishes, that soups and stews that you make.
Yeah.
Even you can marinate ahead of time. Say if I'm in the kitchen, I might as well do extra things. So you've got your chicken. Get your yogurt, put all your masalas in there. If you're making, say, tandoori chicken, put some tandoori powder in there, your masala, some garlic powder, some onion powder, put in some fenugreek seeds, all your seeds, spices that you like, your coriander. You can actually coat that into the chicken. You can actually put it in the fridge as well for about 3 days. Check the date before you buy your chicken or any other meat that you have. And it will not only marinate your chicken, the yogurt will tenderize the meat as well. And it will be absolutely delicious. That will save you time. You can chop your vegetables for a couple of days. If you're busy in the next few days, you haven't got time to cook the next day. Pre-cooked grains can be stored in the fridge or the freezer. So if you're making like a chickpea dal or anything like that. A cook extra, put it in the freezer. So if you're going to use it again, it's already cooked for you. You can actually buy the tinned ones as well, but nothing like when it's cooked from fresh. You can assemble the meals quickly after at iftar or reheat for a nutritious, stress-free dinner. It keeps the family nourished and reduces last-minute rushing as well. And last-minute rushing, you're probably thinking, I haven't cooked it properly. But if it's already prepped and it's there for you, you think, oh, that was easy. Especially if you're working or you're busy, you lead a very busy life. It just reduces that last minute stress as well.
Excellent. Let's quickly remind the people about the competition then. So this is their chance to win an Indus Foods Ramadan hamper. So are you going to drop the question and let people know how they can contact us?
Okay. So the question is, one Islamic principle related to eating. We need to know what that is.
Name one.
Name one, yes. So just send your answers. You can call us on 01902 972 150, or you can WhatsApp us on 07440 420 432. Good luck to all our listeners. You could win a delicious Indus Foods Ramadan hamper. It's absolutely amazing. It's got 3 different types of dates. You got your mixed dates, you got your medjool dates and ajwa dates. Lots of seeds and spices, coriander seeds, you've got your cumin seeds, you've got all your different types of chilies. You got your black pepper, you got your chickpeas and other lentils. The hamper is chock-a-block.
It is. It's quite huge, isn't it?
It's massive. We can just about lift it between us, can't we, Alvina?
A well worth prize for the competition. Just to remind you, the question is, name one Islamic principle related to eating. As Nicki said, give us a call on 01902 972 150. Or drop us a WhatsApp message to 07440 420 432. It's as simple as that. Now, Nicki, you have got 2 simple recipes that you're going to talk us through.
I have. A really simple one is lentil and vegetable stew. All you need is your lentils, carrots, courgettes, onions, cumin, garlic and olive oil. Cook in bulk, like we said. You can store it in the fridge for 3 days, or you can actually cook it and freeze it, and make sure you freeze it on the day that you've cooked it. You can serve it with rice, bread. I mean, anything you like, even pasta. I would encourage you to go out and buy some whole wheat pasta. It's not only healthy for you, it'll keep you fuller for longer as well. You can make chicken and veggie wraps. We spoke about this earlier, especially with children. All you have to do is grill your chicken. You can saute it in the pan. A cucumber, tomatoes, hummus, whole grain wrap. Hummus is a great filler as well. It'll keep you, it's full of protein, great for the kids, great snack. You can actually cut some carrots and celery and other fruits, encourage the children to eat salad that way as well. Get your children to assemble it together. It's absolutely great fun. I've always encouraged our children to make their own, and it's gone really well so far.
It's quite healthy as well.
Very healthy.
You're incorporating all the 5 main proteins in that, really, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so we have got a question here. It says, how can I make meals less repetitive?
I'd say rotate the proteins. Maybe one day you've got your chicken, next day you've got your lentils, then you've got your fish. Switch up the spices, include seasonal vegetables, what's seasonal at that time. Like I was talking before, that the summer fruits are coming in, the summer vegetables will be coming in, and it's colourful, it's lovely, and like I said, encourage your children to come into the kitchen, help you. Sometimes there can be a bit of a hindrance, but encourage them. It's a good life skill for them as well.
Excellent. Thank you for that. I've also, well, actually, this question, I also resonate with this one. And the question is, how do I get everyone to eat more vegetables? I mean, even me, I struggle.
Okay. Right. Well, include vegetables in soups. That way, nobody knows what's in there. If the kids, I know I said encourage children to come and cook, but if they don't like particular vegetables, put them in your stews, grind them down, and put them in your soups. Obviously, they're going to get ground down. When I make tacos, I put peppers in there and the onions. One of my daughters, she will not eat onions or peppers, so I blitz them through the machine.
They won't know, will they?
She doesn't have a clue. And she actually said to me, "Oh, Mom, this tastes so much nicer." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And because it had onions and peppers always give a lovely taste to everything. So you can do that with your wraps, whereas instead of using mayonnaise, grind down all your vegetables, your tomatoes, your avocado, put some coriander in there, and then just mix it in some mayonnaise, and just tell your children that it's just a wrap paste.
Yeah.
That will go nicely. They won't know. Well, it depends how old they are, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do. Even when you're making your dal, put in some vegetables in there. It's just an encouragement to eat it. I mean, even some spinach, add it in. Great calcium. It's great for you. Even frozen vegetables are great, because they do say they freeze them straight away.
Yeah.
So they're full of the vitamins.
There's always a debate about frozen food, isn't it? Whether it's good for you or bad for you. And like you says, if it's frozen, it still remains fresh, doesn't it?
Yeah, they say that about tinned and frozen food, that it's actually full of vitamins. It retains all the freshness because they've frozen it on that day that they've picked it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So if you can eat frozen, if you can't buy your fresh, or you haven't got any that day, just reach out just keep it in the freezer. Or if there's an offer on, buy it in bulk and then peel it, chop it, put it in the freezer, so you're saving that time.
Can you do the same then with boiled vegetables? Can you sort of boil the vegetables in advance of time? Obviously, everyone's working sort of criteria is quite busy. So can you boil vegetables and then pack them and freeze them?
Yeah, do them on the day, or put them in your tubs and put them in the fridge for 3 days. And even after the third day, you think, I don't want this anymore, make a stew. You know, make a chicken curry and put them in. Because obviously you've taken the effort of peeling them, chopping them, cooking them. So try not to waste it, or just make a soup. Blend it all down, add some chicken, add just herbs and spices, and it'll be delicious. And soup does keep you fuller for longer.
Okay, let's go into another listener's question here. It says, can I prep family meals in advance?
Yeah, like we spoke about, like your soups, your stews, your marinated proteins, put them in the freezer or in the fridge. I would encourage you to prep. When I've got busy few days, I do actually prep. And just make sure you label everything. And especially if you're putting it in the freezer, label and date it, because it's normally 3 months. It's okay for 3 months, because after that you start getting freezer burn. So just make sure you label it all, but prep in advance. I mean, you can prep 2 weeks in advance if you wanted to. I mean, I went abroad a few years ago, and I made shepherd's pie, lasagnas, bolognese, chicken curry, saag, dal.
You froze it all?
I put it in the larder freezer with the drawers, and I put a label on each drawer what was in what. So, I knew that everybody had a nutritious food every day, a nutritious meal.
Excellent. Let's talk about care for elders then. So, Nicki, how do we care for elders then during Ramadan?
Elders, well, they need soft, easy to digest foods, plenty of hydration. gentle flavours, I would say. Soups, stewed vegetables, porridge, and lightly cooked proteins are ideal. Small portions help prevent discomfort as well. So, encourage hydration between iftar and sehri with water, milk, or herbal teas.
Mm.
Yeah, so adjusting the salt and spice and sugar for elderly family members as well.
Mm. Okay, so when cooking for older family members, how should we approach then? You talked about adjusting salt, spice, and sugar. So how do we approach the seasoning then?
Yeah, for elders, it's important to reduce salt, sugar, and very spicy foods to protect their heart, digestive health. Use herbs. You can buy fresh herbs, dried herbs.
Mm.
They're all lovely. I've used both. Mild spices, natural flavour enhances like lemon, garlic, or ginger. I use a lot of lemon in my food simply because we don't have to put the salt in as much. It keeps the meals tasty without overloading their systems and it aligns with mindful, balanced eating. For elders, the food needs to be nutrient dense, calcium and vitamins to support muscle mass, bone health, and digestion. Key staples are leafy greens, berries, lean protein, fish, eggs, and whole grain, like nuts and seeds and brown rice and pasta. I mean, leafy greens, sarg. I don't know any Asian that does not like sarg. I brought my kids up on sarg, and
I think we were all brought up on sarg and curry, haven't we?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's a great one. You can put in all your green veggies that you like. So it's small and more often for elders, I would say.
So what about texture then, Nicki? Some older people have difficult chewing or digesting certain foods.
Yeah, soft, easy to chew foods are key. I think stews, if you make your stew, maybe you can cut your meats up smaller and your vegetables. Porridges, we discussed overnight oats. There's no reason why our elders can't have them. They probably want it warmed up. Add in your almond powder, add in your linseeds and your nuts and other nuts and seeds that you think they might like. You can mash the vegetables, cooked grains and tender proteins. I mean, dals are brilliant for our elders as well, full of proteins. Avoid overly tough meats or raw vegetables, or like I discussed, just finely chop them. And it ensures that our elders get the nutrients they need comfortably.
Excellent. We've got about 1 minute and 15 seconds. So quickly answer this question for me then, please. Now, sometimes I know elders don't feel very hungry. So how can families support them without forcing large meals onto them?
Yeah. Respect their appetite and offer small, frequent meals throughout the day instead of large portions. My mom's always made, like the dabra or the binni, which is full of nuts and seeds. It's very healthy, obviously, if it's not laden with sugar.
Okay, we've got 40 seconds remaining of the show.
Okay, so just include nutrient-dense foods like dates and yogurts and eggs, soft fruits. It'll prevent them getting fatigue in the day and keeps their energy stable while showing care and compassion.
Lovely, thank you. And that wraps up another wonderful episode of Sunnah and Spice on Iman Radio. Now, I've been your host, Alvina Ali, and sincere thanks to Nicki Kainth as well, the Indian food diva, for sharing her family-focused advice and recipes and practical tips for children, adults and elders. And we shall see you again, same